These are your practice problem number 4 tips. This is number 2, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one. So a couple of tips here. You're going to start, as always, by picking out your ratios. So you've got the 3/4 and the 2.5. And your 3/4 relates your pink to your white. So that's pink to white. And your 2.5, we're going to convert that right away to an improper fraction. So that would be 5/2. And that's going to be your red to white. So red to white. Then again, you're going to look and say which of these quantities appears in both fractions. So white appears in both fractions. It's a 2 and a 4. Compatible number here that works with 2 and 4, I'm going to stick with 4. So we're going to keep the first ratio the same. And the second ratio, you want 4 white. In order to get that, you're going to multiply top and bottom for the second ratio times 2. So you're doubling that ratio. Then you can go ahead and set up your boxes. Now, when we go to the ending part of this one, once you have your boxes all set up, it says there were 18 more red than white. Okay, so that is the difference in the number of red boxes and white boxes. You can see right here from my ratios that there are more red than there are white. And your question is, how many more red boxes than white boxes? And that is what you are going to set equal to 18 Valentines. Okay, and so hopefully that can get you where you need to get going. And then let's head down here to number 3. The 3rd grade class voted on their favorite sport. Twice as many students voted for soccer as basketball. 4/3 as many voted football as soccer. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out those 2 fractions. So twice, it's my first ratio, and 4/3 is my second. So twice we write as 2-to-1, and that is soccer to basketball. So soccer to basketball. And then we've got the 4/3, and that is football to soccer. And again, we look and say which quantity appears in both. And I've got a soccer and a soccer. Those are different, so I want to remedy that. So I'm looking at 2 and 3. Compatible number there, in least common multiple, would be 6. So I make both soccer 6, and then we see what happens. So in order to go from 2 to 6, I have to multiply by 3, top and bottom, for the left fraction. And that's going to give me 3 for basketball. And I've got to multiply by 2 over here on the right to turn that 3 soccer into 6 soccer. And that'll give me 8 football on the top. Okay, then you're going to go ahead and set up your boxes. Okay, once you have your boxes set up, you're going to this last statement. So if 18 students voted for basketball or soccer, how many students are in the class? Now, be a little bit careful here. It uses the word or, okay? But don't let that confuse you too much. If you were in the classroom and you said, stand up if you voted for basketball or soccer, that means that the people who voted basketball will stand up and the people who voted for soccer will stand up. So you need to know how many boxes are basketball and soccer, and that has to represent your 18 students, okay? And hopefully that'll get you going towards your answer. Okay, if you need more help with these, just let me know and I can send some things your way, or we can chat via Zoom or in person.